Hey, Todd Smith, moneyfromapps.com, also Outlandish Apps. So what I'm going to do today is try to keep this under 5 or 7 minutes. I always say I'm going to try to keep it short, but I think I'm going to do it today. So this is kind of just a quick overview of an outline blog post I just published, and it's called or titled "Generate $1,000 with your app on Instagram with zero cost." So here's the cool part about this: it's a case study. Again, I'm going to try to talk fast. I'm not going to go through all the details. I'm not going to get, we'll touch on this later. There's lots of fun things I want to share. Believe me, I could sit here and talk for hours, but no one's going to watch like a 2-hour video on whatever. So here's the bullet points. This is from us. So it's a case study that from me, it's relevant. So, June 10th, 11th, 2018 to today is, June 25th, Monday. And you can see this little thing. I pulled it this morning that said the data for June 24th, it's delayed. So this is probably going to be a little higher. But it gets my point across. So it's a relevant app. We're publishing, and we did it with zero advertising. Just a little work here and there, trying to build up a new little following. We also used a paid app, and we used a template or an app that we own, so it was like a reskin of something we already own. I think we did have a little bit of design costs, but most of this was just repurposing what we have, and that's what I've done a lot in the last 6 months. It's just repurposing things. It's not like the old reskinning days where you're trying to pump out as much as you can, but it's using, like, let's say you have a traditional emoji app and now you have an emoji builder. You can take some things from an emoji app and add new assets to an emoji builder and do like whatever your name is, like garden emoji. Maybe you had garden emoji. I don't even know if there is a garden emoji app. And then now you're going to have garden emoji too. So anyway, I gotta get going here. So I can make this quick. So I just want to clarify, what I'm not talking about is influencer marketing, any kind of paid post, paid advertising, anything paid. So I could read this word for word, but I'm just going to look at the camera and kind of just tell you. I don't even know if I'm going to go in the steps. Let's see if I can. I'll try to do it. Now you can read it. If you want to read it, you can read it. But the point of the video is to show you. So step one, we're going to create an Instagram post, an account. I used gardening as an example. We didn't do a gardening app. We'll share more about the actual app and the niche we were in later. I kind of blurred it out. It wouldn't be hard to figure out. It's just, I don't want you to focus on that because that's not the point. The point is, let's say if it's garden emoji, I'm going to go out and create an Instagram account. I actually think like garden emoji would be good rather than like garden lover, because here's what you're going to do. If you think about gardening in kind of the general niche, here I go. This could be like a 15-20 minute thing, but general kind of people in the niche of demographics of people that download emoji apps. Let's say, women 28 to 55 or 60 or something like that. Gardening would be a good one. But it would be more interesting to them if it was like garden emoji, because if it was garden lover, why would, I'm not saying that they wouldn't want to follow somebody that also loves gardening, but they probably already have lots of friends and people they follow. So you got to think of something like, well, if they're already loving gardening and they already have tons of people on their feed that they like, what about garden emoji? What is that? Is that an app? Can I share gardening emojis? Like, how cool? So you got to think about something like that. And I don't want to stay too long on that, but anyway, we're going to create an Instagram account, and then we're going to go out and find hashtags and search and find other people that I just talked about in my demographic, and I'm going to search for quality over quantity. I'm going to follow these people. Once I follow them, a certain number of them or percentage are going to follow me back. Don't want to get into the details and our numbers on that, but then once you get those people to follow you back, you can then reach out and direct message them. You can also do that before they follow you back, but I found that the response rate is much lower, and I can't wait to share in a case. I mean, it'll blow your mind on how many people we reached out to on messages, direct messages, and then the difference in when you wait till they follow you back. So what I mean is that, it's not complicated on what I just said, but the time investment it's going to take me to find some, go into my followers, because I do the messages on mobile. I'm sure there's other apps you can do it on the web, but I'm following people a lot of times on the computer, and then I'm documenting it in like an Excel spreadsheet sometimes on the computer, and then I have my phone open. So the time it's going to take me to find these people, copy like a post, and it's even quicker if you can, like, I don't want to get into too many details, but if you can already like copy a message from like a memo, and you're going in and you can make it a little different for each person, but it has like the same body, like, hey, love your post on blah 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 blah, paste it, and then having to message people individually versus going out and doing this. Like when you go into gardening love, I just search, like, imagine this is you're searching for your demographic, and you can go open new tab, open new tab, open new tab, open new tab, and then when you open these over time, you're going to you're gonna already have followers, but when you follow these people, it's so much quicker to go out and follow like 100 people or however many your limit is for an hour or a day, and then just have them keep coming back and following you, because those people now, it's like it turned the table. So you pursued them, now they're pursuing you. Now you can reach out. And one thing to kind of note, these are the details I don't want to hang you up on, but like when you get on the web version, you search a hashtag, you're gonna have the top posts. So these are probably going to be more the influencers, the people that have the most likes or hearts or whatever, and you don't need to necessarily reach out to them first. What you'll want to do is follow them, but when you come in here at different times of the day, here's the fun little treat. It's going to have most recent, and I've already opened these, but if you come in here and search some of the same hashtags, gardening love, at different time zones and stuff, and different times of the day, you're going to constantly get new users till you get to a certain point, and that's how you're going to get these highly targeted users. Of course, I'm only going to pick the ones that I think people, not all of them are going to be great, and that's pretty much my point of the post. It's something that doesn't cost you money. It costs you a little bit of time. You could outsource it to somebody, but of course I wanted to do it because I wanted to see what would happen. And it's repeatable. So we're already starting to do this for another app that's already launched, because I know I can go out and reach more people by using Instagram. So let's see if I missed anything. No, I don't think I missed anything, and I kept it relatively short for me. So how to generate $1,000 with your app on Instagram with zero costs. Now, the beauty in this model is very similar to we had like an Engaged Niche Hacks Masterclass. The title wasn't very good. The content was good, but it was similar on Facebook. We would do this with like Facebook groups and fans and things like that. But the beauty of this is we're going to end up generating way more than $1,000, and I didn't even share the Google version because we did a Google version too, or Android. But this, hold on a second. Hey guys, hold on a second. There's like a lot of licking back there. The beauty of this is not only do we get the initial revenue that would cover the costs, or some of them, for design and in an app template or something like that. We've now loaded the app with initial data for Google Analytics and Facebook Analytics, to where if I want to go out and do paid ads from Facebook and Instagram, I now know like where these people are at, their age demographic, and all the other things that you can post. So if I want to go out and create Facebook ads now, like I said, it's gonna really, I don't know why I did this. It's really gonna shrink the cost of ads, because I don't have to go out and usually when you're doing those initial ads for a new app, you're running them kind of more generalized. I'm not going to get specific on the age, maybe on the gender, and then over time I'm going to niche it down, I guess, and that costs money, because you're paying to get this ad in front of a general group, and then over time you're going to niche it down. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm going to say it, niche it down. But if I already have these initial sales, I don't know if I'd be pointing, so I'd be pointing to the right. So initial sales. I now can use that data as if I went out and spent $200, $300, $400, $500 on ads. Or maybe the costs were very, very high up front. So maybe I spent $1,000 on ads to get $1,000 in sales or close to it. But now I can use that data to go out and run a lot more paid ads. I don't have to do that, or I didn't have to do that. I got the upfront money to pay for my time and pay for, designs and an app template. And now I have that bonus where I can go out and more successfully target people with ads. But I'm not going to do that yet. Now I'm going to take it to the next level and maybe reach out to some influencers now that I got the initial installs and I have the data, and I can share that with them and see where it goes. So I think that's about all I have. I said it was all I had about 3 minutes ago, but we're still doing, again, pretty good for me on time. And I think this would be appealing to a lot of developers because although there are tons of ways you can generate leads and run ads, for Facebook and Instagram and Chartboost and all these other things, influencer marketing, if you start out building your own following and going out and creating value and building up this little network, these like super fans, you can get feedback to make the app better, but then you can take some of the advice, some of it you won't want to, and share it with somebody, and share it with some of these super fans, and then they're going to go above and beyond. Like if somebody suggests like, oh yeah, that icon color looks good, or it doesn't, or if you're doing an emoji app, maybe you put an emoji in there based off like one of their ideas, or if it's a dog or one of their dog, and they're going to be psyched, and they're going to go out there and tell everybody about it. So if you get a bunch of those people, these little super fans, it's like you're building your own little following. And then when you reach out to the influencers and larger people, not only are you already known, so it's going to convert better, but they know that it's real. You're not coming out and saying, hey, do you want to do a deal with an app that doesn't exist? And I don't know why I said it like that, but I mean, I've seen people do it. We've done it. But it's so much cooler if it's like you already have your Instagram handle, you already have a Google or an Android version and an iOS version, you already have a Facebook page. It's much easier for somebody to say yes if you do a little work up front. So that's all I have today for the third time. Really done now. Todd Smith, moneyfromapps.com. Also Outlandish Apps. If you're not on our email newsletter, go to moneyfromapps.com just moneyfromapps.com. And sign up for the email newsletter. If you want to reach out to me directly, you have any questions about this or the templates that we use or the app before I publish that information, support at moneyfromapps.com. So that's wrapping it up. Have a good one. See ya.